So Hashem, what I'd like to end this with, if we can figure out a way to demonstrate in a way with people that I see God inside and outside at the same time. I don't know. Is that weird? Or no? And the reason I'm bringing it up, I mean, you were there, you saw it. Let's say I was being disrespectful. I was, because it was just annoying me. No, I wasn't. You told me to say that. You told me not to worry about it, and just to say it. She's the one who started saying that I was talking to her like a fucking idiot. She said that. I didn't say that. She's the one who was calling herself a fucking idiot. I was calling her a fucking idiot. But she was the one who was also saying that I'd be on the streets if not for her. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I think, if you want my opinion, this is what I believe. This is how it makes sense to me, is you want me to see who she really is. It was just like the other day when the dude was saying, when her husband was saying the thing about me, like, what the hell? Why does that keep happening? Fuck it. No, it's just the music turned off. I feel like that's the same thing with what happened. I mean, she's not wrong from her perspective, but I don't see her perspective. And just because I live with you doesn't mean that my perspective goes away. I don't think you're doing shit for me. Not doing shit, but what's that? You are free, unlike them. That's exactly it. That's what it is. I don't know. Like, they can't see what I can see. So is that my problem, Hashem? Like, I can't make anybody see things that they can't or don't want to. Right? Man, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm just not allowed to do that. I can't force people to see things. I don't think it works like that at all. But you don't have one, right? You know, not just of this. You want me to talk about what just happened? I just got into an argument with my mother. It started with Frank Zappa. Shit. You listen to Frank Zappa? No. going on about how her husband and my father think he's a genius. I said, do you not think he's a genius? She said no. But she said she didn't know. And she said, well, maybe he's a genius because he made all this money. And then that triggered me. And I'm like, that's all you people think about. And I knew what was coming after that. It was just... I had to get that out of my system. Because I'm tired of that shit. Tell them why you're tired of it. I'm tired of it because I'm tired of people judging me because I don't have a fucking job like everybody else. I'm tired of it because I don't have any money like everybody else and they all judge me for it. But, I mean, it makes sense. Good job, you fucking bum. You're the bum. I'm not the bum. I'm the one who's doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. But then it got onto God, and because I kept on invoking God, and she was getting annoyed by that. And I could tell, but that's not my problem. I don't see it as my problem. I don't see it as my problem. Then she lied and said that she believed in God. Said God's inside of all. Which, I mean, lie. But that's what I don't understand is... Because she's right. I see that. God's inside of everything. But also outside of everything, too. And then she said, you're the only person that sees it that way. And I don't think she's wrong. And that's what I was going on. Like, I think you're right. That actually makes a lot of sense. I get that. I am the only one that sees it. But because I'm the only one that sees it, that doesn't stop. And then I called out to God. Hey, how do we do this to make it so people can see that I see it both ways? And then she told me, I don't like it when you do that. What? That's not reality. Whoa. That's your reality that it's not reality. It's my reality that it is. Don't tell me what the fuck is reality. You want to talk about people getting fucking put in a loony bin? A whole fucking family needs to get put in a loony bin. I don't know. Nah, I think that's like the fucking meal ticket I need. I don't know, but then I felt like she was just making up things. Making up things that she's been kind of holding against me. It sounded like she's been building a case against me, but I don't know what the hell she's talking about. And I ask you questions, then you give me an attitude. Disrespecting. I don't understand. I'm not getting it. I'm not seeing it. But maybe that's things. Just accept that other people see it. What do you see that I'm not seeing? Oh, I wrote that down yesterday. What do you see that I'm not seeing? Yeah. Well, I can definitely see that because I keep my headphones on intentionally so that I don't hear anybody else. She called them stupid this morning, and that got me annoyed too. You got those stupid things on your head. I said there's a lot more stupid things, and yeah, but when you wear them, you can't hear me. I know, that's the point. Is that being disrespectful, or is that being honest? No. What do you want to have happen? I want to get kicked out because I want to see what would happen. I want to see what because I really believe that she was very insistent that God would have put me on the streets. I don't believe that. And I told her too. She's like, if I thought the way that you did, we were kids, it would have been taken away from me. I can't say, I don't believe that. Because what's done is done. You can't go back and change things, you know? It doesn't work like that. Like what happened. You can't go back and go, well, you know, if it was like this, it was like, you don't know that. You don't know that. You can't be fucking writing history. You think that was what would happen. But see, this is why people don't like me. And that's what I said to her too. I'm like, it's not that I'm disrespecting. You don't like it that I'm questioning. You know, going off what you told me when I was younger, like, she's not even my mother anyway. Why am I even in this place? So that I can see firsthand who these people really are. That's a thought that I was having last night too. This way I can actually get the piece to work the way that I need. I don't think they're gonna kick me out, or her and I will hug it out. This usually happens. Or it might not this time. Who knows? But Hashem, the reason I wanted to come and record this today was because I want to talk to you about how, and I can't even do that. What do I need? You know what? It's funny. Remember yesterday's recording, I was saying that I got a feeling like Miss LX has a video. And Miss LX, she did put out a video, and it was how subs should be requesting prizes from their DOMs. And Hashem, you're like the god of DOMs. And she said to really think about what you need before you bother your Dom for something. And what I need some fucking respect. Like, I don't understand. I need people to recognize that I see God inside and out of me. I need people to recognize that I'm more special than everybody else. If this is the case, if seeing God within and without at the same time is like that special, then I need you to help me. I need your help to prove it, to show it, to demonstrate it, to prove it. There is no proving anything. If I want to fucking talk to God while fucking other people around, I shouldn't have to worry about some other asshole telling me that's not reality. Nah, nigga, that is reality. Huh. Maybe living on the streets is a good idea. I don't know. Would you let me live on the streets? Laugh in the face of starvation and... Laugh in the face of starvation and violence. Cohabitation. Can't feed me scraps, nigga. Did you call your mom nigga? I think I just did. I mean, well, that's if she's even really my mom. I mean, biologically. Right? What does that really mean? I don't know, I have this fucked up. I have a alternative view on family. Like, I don't see my brother as my brother. He's just some guy. They're all just people. I don't know. I don't know what's so special about them. Why I need to show anybody respect. And that was something I said to her. Like, why get my house so you live by my rules? don't know what the hell the rules are, but does that mean that you get that allows you to disrespect me? You got no answer for that. I know, and I'm asking too big of questions. I know, and I'm asking stupid people, like big people questions, simple people, educated questions. I come from really stupid people. Like, I just can't help it. Like, it's not... I believe that. I know that. If I didn't have the fathers that I had, then I would be like them. What makes your father so special? I don't know. That's the thing I'm trying to have. That's what I'm trying to figure out, too. I was thinking about it when I was walking, and the way it makes sense is that my God within comes from my mom, and then the God without I inherited from my dad. But the only people that recognize God without are Jews and Muslims. The only people that recognize God within New Agey people. Freaks. Oh, witches. They're not freaks. So I'm not see this is why I'm not really that hard up on saying, yeah, I am definitely Moshiach. I'm definitely the resurrection. Because the only other person who I recognize as seeing God within and without was Jesus. So Hashem, what the fuck do we do? I guess you don't really do anything, right? You just do. Don't worry. I'm out. How's your day going so far? Oh my god, tired. A little tired. A little tired from this past month, but I think that's probably why. I woke up this morning and made coffee and then I took a nap. Because, well, I started working on Sharpit Hong some more. And what were we talking about? What was it talking about? I remember when I was writing about it, I was like, maybe I should talk about this one of these days. It's a really good book, especially for Jews. I don't know if non-Jews can actually handle that kind of material. What was it saying? The second in the part of the chapter, we're talking about two distinct opinions. Two things. Two proofs for that God requires man to put in effort and exert himself for his livelihood. And one, the second one, well, the first one was just obvious. Like, you actually have to exert yourself. Like, the food doesn't magically just go into your mouth, chewed. It doesn't go into your system. Like, you actually have to put it in your mouth, chew it. Like, you actually have to go out and get a job to pay for the food. Servants? I do think of them as servants. Do you think we're your fucking servants? As a matter of fact, I do. I do. Is that fucked up? That's how God explains it to me. He says it's okay for me to think that way. God tells me it's okay to think that way. Why? Why would God tell me to think that it's okay to think that way? She kept on saying, we let you, I let you. You don't let me. God twists your arm. That's how it works. God makes you do it. You're giving me an attitude. Yes, I have. Why? Because you don't have anything good to say. Nobody has anything good to say. But what would be something good to say? I don't know. What would be something good to say? Derek, how are things going? They're going really well, thank you. Really? Why? What's making it? Why do you say that? I'm seeing a lot of progress with my work. In what way? Good question. Well, I've come to realize that not my faith. I don't know if you would call it faith. Would you call it faith? Would you call it faith, though? I don't know. I feel as though my connection with God is unshakable. That's what I'm starting to realize. That's why it's going so awesome. Because everything that he tells me comes true. And you know, that reminds me of what I wish you were saying, how I'm the only one who can see it. That's not true. I am the only one that can see it because I'm the only one that he's talking to. I'm the only one that you're talking to. And because I'm the only one that you're talking to, well, no, it's not, or maybe it's because I'm the only one that's listening. And because I'm the only one that's listening, I'm the only one that you're talking to. Because who else are you talking to? And who else is actually listening? Is anybody listening? What if other people started listening? Does that mean that I'm less special? It's because of money. Alright. So what do I need? Oh, big Dom in the sky, my heavenly Dom. What do I need to earn respect from people? Money. How do we use this for money? Use what? Well, my ability to speak to you. That's obviously it. The fuck else do people want? People don't give a shit about anything else. I don't know, I kind of feel like I've mastered astronomy. Rhetoric. I'm really proud of myself for being able to stay as calm as I did. I don't feel like she was losing her shit. But I think that's what was good about it, was that because she was losing her shit, it was helping me stay calm. Because the more that she was losing her shit, the more it started to just reveal itself to me, like, you're not wrong. Definitely not wrong at all. Like, she's actually she's stepping way out of her fucking bounds right now. Especially trying to tell you what is and is not reality. Don't talk to God, because that's not reality. Excuse me? That's not what she meant. She was talking about money. That actually is reality. I don't know, I'm living proof. I see it. It's not reality for anybody else. Why? Because everybody else does the opposite of what I do, which is they focus and dwell on all the things that don't matter. And that was the second sign that God requires man to exert himself. So you would think immediately, like, and this portion of the book, it actually gets to me, because it's like, fuck, what are you saying? I gotta get a fucking job? No, that's not what we're saying. It's not what we're saying, because you do have a job. The job that you're doing an amazing job at it. Like, you're actually exerting yourself. Look at it from the other perspective now. See where everybody else is like chasing after money. That's all people do, is they chase after money. They chase it. And then once they get a little nigger rich, then they cut off. That's how people do it. They got just enough for right now, and then they say, fuck it. And then they squander it, and they're like, fuck, I don't have any more money. I gotta go back to the thing. So how does that help me, though? Who said it's supposed to help you? You're God's bitch. You don't need help. You're good. Yeah, you're right. What would you do if you had money anyway? I would hold it over everybody's head and go, I told you so. I told you so. Like, that's what I would do with it. That's why I can't have money. I think that, and maybe that's a conversation I should have with everyone, is like, oh, that's so cool, because I was just writing about this last night. Literally just writing about this last night. Thank you, Hashem. How do we like really open up about all this that's going on with me, with other people? Because it's important that my family knows that where I come from, I'm the second coming. I'm the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And God's proven it to me time and time again. God's been proving it to me for 44 years. Going on 44 years. So if you don't want to believe it, that's on you. Right? Hashem, like, am I right? Like, if people don't want to believe it, it's on them. But ultimately it falls on me. Because if I lose all support, I can't lose all support. That's not even possible. Why? Because nobody supports me. God supports me. Through other people. Now, my belief is, if anybody ever tried to get in the way of his plan, he'll fucking smite the shit out of you, no matter who the fuck you are. That's my theory. I mean, I already know right now that my mother and her husband, they're conspiring and talking about me. He's probably saying worse things. He's feeding the fire, feeding it. But I also believe that because that they're doing that, God's going to do something to them. I believe that you're going to do something to them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Like Jesus said, like Brother Jesus said. easy to love people who love you. It's difficult to love the people who hate you. Bless those who hate you. Bless those who curse you, and love those who hate you. I don't know if he said that, but I know I said that. Take no credit. Well, just in case, because in my head, while I was saying that, I heard people in my mind going, Jesus never said that. No, okay, well, if Jesus didn't say it, then I did. See, now, what God said is, fear only me, and I'll deliver your enemies right in your motherfucking hands. Okay. Fear me more than violence and starvation. You respect me and my house, otherwise we won't feed you. And you'll have problems. You'll have problems if you don't do what we want you to do. They already started regulating what I can and can't eat, which was kind of creepy. And people talk shit about Jews in front of me too, which is like so annoying. Hey, just because you don't like it doesn't, go fuck yourself. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it's not a bad thing. Like, this isn't, I can't say to that woman, I can't say to the woman, like, you're wrong, you're this, you're that. It's not. You're right. Part of God's plan that that exact thing happened. Why? Because of what's going to come out of it. What comes out of it? I don't know. This came out of it. Every second that came afterwards is what came out of it. Okay, we'll probably get closer to some degree or another. That's usually what happens when my mother and I fight. We get into an argument, and then we kiss, make up, get closer over it, and then it's a cycle. Man, it probably follows the moon. You know, there was the new moon yesterday too, so. But she's sensitive to that stuff too. So it's not that she's completely blind to the things that I see. She's only half blind. But on the flip side, I can't see what she sees. So she doesn't see she doesn't see you the way I see you. So because other people can't see you the way that I do, they fill in the blanks for themselves. And they make up the stories. And they decide on what is and is not. So when she said that I called her for help when I was in LA, that's not true. Because that's not what happened. I turned my phone on and I had a message from her asking if I wanted to come home. That's what it was. And it just happened to be, yeah, because that was God. That was God going, okay, you fulfilled your mission, it's complete. It has been accomplished. And my job is to not acquiesce to other people's opinions or versions of reality. My reality is the reality. And you know what's surprising? She said something to me about, like, you live in my house. Don't forget that. And I said, like, trust me, I know. Don't forget that either. Like, trust me, I know. But that's good. I don't know. I see this all as a good thing. I thought this was like the best thing that ever happened. She wanted to see it as a bad thing. I saw it as a good thing. Because whatever comes out of it, what if we drop dead tomorrow and nobody's here to pay the bills? Where are you gonna go? Wherever God sends me. It's like, yeah. That's not how do you say it? It's not well, have you considered that you only see it that way? That you just want to see it that... Oh, because you want to see it that way. Just because you want to see it that way doesn't mean that that's the way that it is. Sorry. I don't mean disrespect anybody. When I disrespect people, I don't think I've ever disrespected anybody. I don't think I disrespect anyone. And if I am disrespecting anyone, if I ever do disrespect anyone, yeah, see, come on, man. You're not talking to a fucking dum-dum. Like, if ever I disrespect anyone, it's because they're disrespecting me. It's the same thing with I'm not any better than anybody, except for those people who think that they're better than me. And I'm not saying that I don't feel like I'm better than people, and I do. I really do. Like, I feel better. I feel like I'm better than my entire family. But given the conversation I just had with them, it's just like, okay, well, that's why. This is God going, I told you so. They think they're better than you because you don't have money, you don't have a traditional job that they approve of. Now, if you did, if you were who they wanted you to be, it would be a different story. But they don't like you because you're not who they want you to be. That's why they think they're better than you. And that's why they act like they're better than you. That's why they talk like they're better than you. We feed you when we can. You don't feed me. I don't remember the last time you put a spoon in my mouth. I let you live here rent-free. No, you don't. What do I owe rent for? This house is mine. You told me. You got this house for your children. Oh, you're one of those guys. Got all the answers. Yeah, well, someone has to have the answers. And just because somebody wants to be right and somebody wants somebody else to be wrong, that's tough shit. I mean, that's just the way of it. Just because you want me to be wrong doesn't make me wrong. I know, I'm getting like way too deep. I'm getting way too deep. But what do you want? Do you want me to get yelly and screamy and nasty? Probably. You probably want me to get all screamy and nasty so that you can justify all of the things that you say when I'm not around. See, but that's where God made me better than everybody else. Seriously, that's what God made me better than everybody else, because I don't need to be right there. I don't need somebody else to vent to. Why are you recording this? Why are you constantly seeking validation? I'm seeking validation from God. That's where I'm getting my validation from. I don't get likes. I don't get pats on the back. I don't get anything. I get rewarded from God. Now, even if they were to say, get the fuck out. Gladly. Thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Hashem. Because that's God rewarding me. I know, and that's like way over people's heads. That's gonna be like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. Well, try to imagine that what you consider sense is nonsense. Try to imagine that you're the one that's in the nonsense reality. Like everything that you think you know, you don't really know. Like you tell me things, you think you know things. You pretend that you know things, but you don't actually know anything. You have no life experience whatsoever. And what I mean by that is, what have you ever done? What do you have to show for it? What do you actually have to show for it? I mean, to say they haven't done anything, that's not fair. That's like saying that I haven't done anything. Yeah, I find that really triggering. I get really triggered when people say I don't have a job or because I work for God. Like I don't know what you want me to fuck tell you. Think of it like being a priest. Okay, how a priest should be called to God. That's literally what I do. That's my job. You don't feed me. I accept donations though. You donate food. Or I scavenge. That's how I look at it. Well, it's a burden. It's a burden. Because you can't be honest. You're not being honest. What are you being honest about? That's a burden, that I'm a burden? Because you want me out of your life? Oh, I already know those things. I get all that. But the reason I know all that is because I feel the same way. You know? It's not a one-way street. Try to imagine that everything that you feel, I feel the exact same thing. Just the other day, like I had this like major breakthrough that I need validation from my mom. And the reason I didn't want to admit that to myself, I didn't like that is because I prefer to hate on her. I prefer to blame her and take everything personally rather than admit to myself that I'm the problem. And that's okay. I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with being the problem because here's the thing. Every problem is its own solution. So not only am I the problem, but I am the solution. So rather than make it her problem, I solve it. And this way, her problems are her problems. So hey, listen, you're not happy in your marriage, you're not happy with your life. That's on you, sweetie pie. That's not me. You could regret marrying my father all you wanted, but you did it. That's the path that God chose for you. Because God needed me more than he needed you. And who knows, maybe there's come a day where I look back and go, fuck, you know what, I really pissed God off. That's why he chose somebody else over me. But I don't even know if that's possible. I've never seen this kind of connection with God before, with anyone. Well, Joseph, patriarchs. I mean, the only people who I've seen with this level of like commitment with God is in the Bible. But that's the thing is, he pays it back. How does he pay it back? Read your Bible. Read the fucking Bible, man. Read Genesis. Read Genesis all the way through. And then when you're done reading Genesis, read through Exodus. And then you should see what I'm talking about. If not, I don't know, man. I don't need Jewish contacts? No, I really don't. Jews don't talk to me. Other Jews don't talk to me. I don't live by the same codes as they do. I'm not about all the being quiet and the modesty and pretending, making myself lesser than, trying to be like everybody else. I don't do that. God didn't make me to do what was possible. God made me so that I could do what's impossible. A lady. Oh my God, I would love to go live with my grandmother. That's what I'd really like to do. Maybe you guys should take me back with you. Oh, hell yeah. Now, Hashem, what do you want to do today? Can we prophesy some? I had a lot of fun doing that yesterday. About 47 minutes in. It's good to get all the purge stuff out and then make room. Oh God, that's why I love doing this so much. This is therapy for me. And she's right. I'm not saying she's wrong. She is not wrong. I didn't say you're wrong, but you're not right. God placed me here because of the fact. Because you let me live here without rent. Because you pay the bills. Because you have a job. So yeah, God has you as my servant. God made you my servant. But that's why I do things like, that's why I also serve as well. Like when I have to sit for 2 hours waiting for my brother to get out of work so my mother doesn't fucking like lose her shit in the car by herself. That's why I listen to people talk about things that normally don't interest me, that really don't interest me whatsoever. But at the same time, I think about it and go, okay, well, if God didn't need me to listen to this, then I wouldn't be listening to it. Like, there would have been a time in the past where I just would have been like, shut the fuck up, I don't want to hear this shit. I don't care. But it's not like that anymore. Because God has taught me that when you listen to what people have to say, that good things come out of it. Always. Now, some people don't, not everybody defines good the same way. And that's the tough shit part. Tough shit. Hey, you can't see it, tough shit. That's my dad. That's my dad coming out. You don't like it? Tough shit. You don't like it? Tough shit. Hey, that's my line. You don't get to come to me 6 years later and go, hey, there's rules now. Nah, there wasn't. But you can follow the rules. Are you following the rules? What rules are you following? What rules are you following? This ain't a dictatorship. Like you have absolutely no power over me. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know, like only God has power over me. Not you. Not you. And just because your little ego, I know your egos are like trying to like make a point, but and you're trying to turn yourself into a victim. See, this is what you're a narcissist. Which means I'm a narcissist. You're a narcissist. You're attacking a child of God and trying to make me seem like the bad guy. You're trying to make me believe that I'm the bad guy. You are trying to gaslight me. I think we've had this conversation. You're trying to tell me what is. You're trying to tell me what I'm doing. That's how I'm seeing it. What I'm recognizing right now is you are telling me that I'm doing something that I don't see. And then pushing the issue and insisting that that's what I'm doing to you, that I'm doing something to you. Because you don't have a regular conversation. Because you get triggered. You got triggered. You got triggered because I got triggered. Because it's not what makes people a genius. It's just a pathetic way of looking at life. Well, I do. I think everyone's pathetic. I think money chasers, I think money chasers are pathetic. And those are the people that we're talking about in the current portion of Sharpit Tahon. So what is that? How does that work for me though? Excuse me. As I'm spooning in fucking macaroni salad. Well, I look at it like this. I'm spooning in macaroni salad that was gonna go in the garbage. So don't act like you're doing me a favor. Give yourself a pat on the back. Go for it. Here, I'll pat you on the back for me. Gnomes? Yeah, gnomes and fairies. Welcome. Hello. Angels. Fucking memory. Emma. Only 18. Beloved daughter. Let's rise up, my dear. Go be with the angels and the gnomes and the fairies. Oh, little gnome fairy girl. God didn't kill your daughter to punish you. God killed your daughter to save her from the punishment that is this life. Prison. Damn. No, what I was just thinking was, instead of trying to tell me what I'm doing wrong, why don't you try to tell me what I'm doing right? But now that's the irony. Oh, fuck no. The ironic part is, you couldn't tell me what I was doing right even if you tried. She did try once. Oh my god. Oh my god, that felt good. No, I'll give my mother credit. She's the only person that ever tried to tell me what I was doing right. But she said, and you're doing great at whatever it is that you're doing. What? What? What am I doing? So yeah, I do have that. I am like condescending. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I only condescend people that are condescending me. Like, that's a stupid question. What if we drop dead tomorrow? I don't know. If you drop dead tomorrow, then the way will show itself. Unless it's a test to see if I can predict the future. But I got a feeling you're not going to be dead tomorrow. So why am I going to predict? Why am I going to spend time thinking about something that isn't going to happen? Unless it is going to happen, unless you're telling me that that's what's going to happen. If you guys drop dead tomorrow, what's going to happen? I'm going to continue my day. Go about the day as I would. I'd have to call the hospital. I'd have to call my sister. Mom's dead. Mom and Mike drop dead. She likes to use that. That's not the first. What if me and Mike disappear tomorrow? Why do you keep saying that? Unless you're gonna do it. Don't threaten. Do it. And God, if you're gonna take them, take them. Like I don't. Like, why are we dragging it out? I wondered that. I'm curious to see what he would do if she died. I have a theory that he would kill himself, but I don't know. Like, would he be able to go on without her? How long have they been together? 20 years? No, more than that. I was 18. That was 98. How long has that been? We're going on almost 30. Almost 30 years. 25 years? Something like that. I think they got married in 2001, 2002. So it would have been another 3 years before that. Yeah, so about 25 years. I don't know if either one of them could live without the other one. That's a good question. See, this is another reason why I can't have money, because I've already told God, like, I would do fucked up things with it. And I would hold it over people's heads. And I would. Like, when I mean money, like if I was in possession of a fortune, I would pay my mother and my sister to divorce their husbands. To see if they would do it. I mean, there's a part of me that doesn't like their husbands. But I also recognize that God wouldn't have them with them if He made it that way. So I can't make anyone do anything. Like, I couldn't. I don't think God would allow me to do that. God would probably go, don't be an asshole. You can't have money if you're going to do that. All right, then don't give me money. I don't want money. I like not having money. because it makes my life that much more challenging. I like the suffering part of it. I like the part of the thing I like best about not having money is that I can feel people's judgments. Why do you want people to judge you? Isn't that not fair to anybody else? Well, is it fair for other people to be judging me instead of asking me why I'm doing it? Why I don't have any money? And it's not that I don't have money, I have 54 cents, which, believe it or not, is a lot more money than everybody else. Because if you add up everyone's debt, this stupid equation, it's not a stupid equation. If you add up everyone's debt and then subtract their savings, I have a lot more money than everybody else. That's why I don't allow money to dictate how I feel, what I do, how I don't do things, how I present myself. Hey, listen, I haven't cut my hair in a little while, but I'm okay with that. I haven't been able to give my mother rent for the house. I'm okay with that. I haven't been able to buy food. I've been having to fucking live off the scraps and scavenge. So, like I know you want to feel bad for herself. Nigga, you ain't feeding nothing. I'm scavenging. That's how I survive. You can give yourself all the credit you want, but feeding me, that ain't feeding me. Feeding me is going, hey, Derek, food's ready. Come get something to eat. Anybody invited me out to dinner? Matter of fact, I don't get invited out to dinner because I don't have any money. That's not opinion either. That's actually a fact. My mother and my brother, they went out to a Mexican restaurant just the other day. They didn't invite me. After they left, I went out for a walk to Vent. And when I got back, they were home. And she said, do you want the taco that's in the fridge? I'm not saying that's not feeding me. I didn't have a taco. And Hashem, I am very grateful for the taco. Thank you for twisting her arm to get a taco for me. And it wasn't even that she got a taco for me. She had a taco that she didn't really even like. And then asked if I wanted it because she wasn't going to finish it. And people in the house, they don't really eat leftovers. But this is the way it's been since I was a kid. She once left me home alone for a week with no food. What'd you do? I don't remember. School. I ate at school. That was the only thing I could eat. I think, unless it was during the summer, which I don't remember. I remember going out with friends and stuff, but the electricity was turned off. So, I think we might have had bread. But the fridge wasn't. The fridge is turned off. You know what I mean? Couldn't even call our father because the phones were turned off. I think. Does it work like that? I don't remember. This is back in 98. '97, '98. Like late 97, early 98. Because it was my senior year? No, that would have been my junior year, I think. Because I wasn't driving. Was I driving? I don't remember. I mean, she's selfish. Like, she's always been a selfish woman. Ever since I was a kid. That's why I've tried to love my mother, but anytime I try to do something that I think is like a loving act, like it's not reciprocated. It's not acknowledged in the way, it's not celebrated the way that I want it to be celebrated. How do you want it celebrated? Well, I don't know. It depends. It depends. I couldn't even answer that question until after the thing happened. I think there was the one Christmas, I didn't have any money because I was 9 or 10. So I made a shoebox with a lot of my favorite things. Cards, just little scrappy type of shit. I put it together and I gave it to her as a present because I took the things that I loved, put them into a collection, and I gave them to my mom. She just goes, yeah, okay, let's put it over there. And like I remember being so offended by that and going, fuck you, I hate you, I fucking hate you. But I hated her ever since I was before that too. Let's have a... Oh. There's a time... Oh my god, are we doing an auditing? Are we auditing? Are we auditing? You better learn, you better love me because I'm gonna be dead one day. Then you're gonna regret it. Whoa, projecting. She said that. That's what you should. Well, yeah, I know she's a narcissist. That's not even just. I mean, that's how people are. You better love me, otherwise you're gonna regret it when I'm dead. You shouldn't talk to children that way. So what? Yeah, but then they grow up to be you. Good point. Yeah, what's wrong with me? At least I can go inward. At least I'm not the asshole watched some stranger's video judging his mom. Go fuck yourself. Who even invited you to watch this anyway, dum-dum? Hour and 7 minutes. What are you getting off on me talking? You can't look at your own shit, so you gotta listen to me talk about my own shit? Come on. Aim scry. Thank you, Hashem. Fuck out of here. I call anybody I want to fucking scrub. I don't judge nobody that I don't judge myself at first. So, go fuck yourself. Like even before, I was thinking about, like, I was walking through this yesterday going, and you know how Jews are self-righteous assholes? But yeah, because I'm a self-righteous Jew who talks like an asshole sometimes. Go fuck yourself. I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Living with me in April. Bitch, I haven't lived with April in fucking 6 years. What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? And back then, when I was living with April, if you needed a place to stay, I wouldn't have invited you. I would have fucking clicked off on the phone. The only reason I'm even having a relationship with you is because my father asked me to. You're pleasing dad. No. Yes? Yes. Just say yes. Just say yes, because it'll make sense. Just say yes. Just say that you're placating daddy, because it'll make sense once you hit the jackpot. Trust me. You're gonna have a breakthrough on this. It's gonna be a delicious one. Remember how you had to break free from your father? How did you break free from your father? Get into detail with it. Okay. So that was back when I was working with demons on a daily basis. I was working with magic. I was into some really supernatural, metaphysical, occult stuff. I had a witch living with me. I had another witch I was going out with. My wife had taken my son out of the picture, probably for good reason, because of the shit that was going on in that house. I was having people come over. We were doing seances. We were doing like serious occult work. And me, I take it very seriously. Oh, and that's another thing. Lady. How serious do you take your life? How serious do you take life? Okay, well, I take it extra serious. So don't be fucking coming at me, telling me how things are when I'm the only one in the house who takes life seriously. We just had this conversation the other day. I don't take life serious. I don't like to take life too seriously. Well, you know what? That's your own problem. I take life serious as fuck. I take God serious as fuck, too. Ain't nothing about faith. I don't have faith. I got bitahon. I gotta do a fucking goddamn lecture on bitahon. It's called trust. I trust God more than I trust you. The only reason I'm living here is because of God. The only reason I'm alive is God. You weren't the one that fucking saved me from encephalitis. You weren't the one who fucking picked me up every time I was fucking about to when I put the fucking gun to my head at Ralph's house. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. As a matter of fact, I remember the morning after I put the gun to my head, I had a message from you going, "Don't you come back here with your bullshit." Hey, fuck you. I just figured my bullshit out by holding a fucking loaded gun to my head. Dumb cunt. Mommy, I wish I just wanted you to love me. Mommy, I wish you would just love me the way I wanted you to love me. I'm not making fun. Like, I'm letting it out. You sound like you're condescending. I know, but I don't have any tears to shed for you, so. Mommy, I regret not loving you more. I regret making you not love me, because if you didn't love me, because if I loved you the way that you needed to be loved, then you would love me back the way that I needed to be loved. Because it's quid pro quo with you. I'm not allowed to play with all the reindeer games because I don't have money to pay for them. Fuck yourself. Thank you, God. Thank you, Hashem. That time you threw the fucking knife at my head. What was I, 8? The time I woke up to you giving a guy a blowjob in the bed next to mine? Was I 7? By the time I woke up and some guy was fucking reaming you out in the bed next to me? Because you're a whore? It's like you divorced my father and they got remarried twice. You had one fucking idiot, another idiot child. Like you're not even a good person. You're a shitty human being. Like you literally are. Like you are one of the people that the Bible warns us about. But I've known about you since I was a fucking kid. Ever since I was a child, I've been getting bad juju from you, your fucking brother, your brothers, your sister, and your fucking mother. Your sister was the only one who was actually good. You people destroyed her, and then you blame it on her. You blame everybody else. You blame everybody else for my aunt fucking dying. Meanwhile, it was you people who fucking killed her. How about that? You didn't do shit. You didn't do shit until she died, and then you start fucking blaming everybody else. You fucking pieces of shit. Because that's what you people do. All you do is blame other people because you can't fucking face the facts. And don't even tell me that's not true, because your brother even told me the same fucking thing when I said it to him and Christopher, which was, people cannot admit when they're wrong. People cannot admit, I am wrong. I am wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about everything I don't want to be wrong about. That's what makes me superior. I'm wrong though, but I'm wrong about that. It makes me like everybody else. I'm just like everybody else because I can admit that I'm wrong. Even when I don't believe that I'm wrong. I might not be able to do it in the moment, but I accept all the guilt and shame for you're right, I'm wrong. You're more right than me. I was condescending. I am disrespecting you. You got to see the shit I say about your husband and your son and your other son, the spare. Chase, see what I'm talking about? And your daughter. You got to see the things I say about myself. I have absolutely no respect for myself. The only reason I ended up marrying that other whore was because I was so drunk. I was drunk. My whole relationship, that kid, the only reason that kid's alive is because I was on drugs. Literally. Well, she was on drugs. I was drinking. Well, it's a drug. I was possessed by the devil. I was possessed by God. Well, there was good intentions that went into the boy. It was so his mother didn't die. And that's another thing. Why does everybody keep on making me... Why does everybody want me to think I'm like everybody else? I'm not like everybody else. I'm actually special. Well, yeah, part of it comes from the fact that I died when I was a kid. Well, I had that near-death experience when I was an infant. That fucking jacked me up really good. But it's okay to believe that you're special. It's okay to believe that you're better than everybody else, but it's not okay to say it. Why? Because you don't want to upset other people. Why? Jesus made a really good point. When you turn a lamp on, you don't put it underneath the bed. You don't hide it. When God turns a lamp on for you, you don't say, God, I'm gonna put this one underneath the covers. I don't want anyone to see it. The reason I have to do this is because I can't talk like this at home. I can't talk like this anywhere. I'm not allowed to talk like this. This is bad talk. I'm condescending people. Plus, not to mention, can't even get a fucking word in edgewise. Because everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to be right, and they want the other person to be wrong. Because if you're not wrong, that means that I'm wrong. Because people can't see past that. People can't see that we're both right at the same time. See, my reality is invalid because it's not your reality. Why? Don't put your fucking limiting beliefs on me. That's your problem. That's not my problem. Your problem is that you don't think highly of yourself. Me, the only person above me is God. Nobody has power over me. You can't give me rules and I won't obey rules because, one, they're not my rules. They're not God's rules. Are they God's rules? You don't even read the Bible. Get the fuck out of here. You should actually be thanking God that you even have the privilege to feed me. You'd be thanking God that you're even given the privilege to be in my presence. I'm not fucking around. That's how I see it. I was pricing yarmulkes today because I realized, I don't have one. I really should have one. Just as a reminder to everybody else, you are not like me. You are not like me, and you are never going to be like me. As far as I know. And why is it okay for me to think of my family as servants? You guys pay the bills. You guys go to work and pay the bills so I don't have to. So that I can continue working. It's called, it's in the Bible. Issachar and Zebulun. Two of the brothers, Israel. Issachar would go out and work. Zebulun would go out and work. He would conduct business. He was a businessman. And his brother was a Torah scholar. So you work on bringing home the money. I work on unlocking the secrets of the Torah. That's how it works. Now, on the flip side, all nations serve the Jews. I'm the only Jew in the house. So everyone serves me. I don't see nobody serving me, but that doesn't mean that they're not. You think you're doing me a favor. You're actually doing God a favor. I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you a thank you. I don't owe you shit. I owe God thank you. Thank you, Hashem. Because nobody does anything that Hashem doesn't. Here you go. You're sitting there fucking judging people on the streets who are begging people for change. You better fucking... You got a lot of nerve. Got a lot of fucking nerve. That's the exact type of fate I'd like to see you have. I'd like to see you on the streets, having to ask people for change. To see you all fucking lose your goddamn minds. You have lost your minds. Pleasing daddy. Yeah, well, my father on his deathbed. Do me a favor, would you? Give your mother one more chance. Give your mother one more chance. If she fucks up this time, fuck her. Fuck her. But just do me that favor, please. Give your mother one more chance. Okay. Anything for you, Daddy. Because he's right. He's right. And she's always under this impression your father used to talk all this shit. No, my father never once said anything bad about you. He told people about his experience. You just confirmed all the things. Like, Daddy, my father was the type to go, I told you so. Told you so. I ain't gonna tell you this is how it is, but I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna see it for yourself. You're right, I did. I saw it for myself. Everything that you said that she turned out to be, and more. And more. So it's not as though she didn't fulfill my father's prophecies. And I couldn't even tell you that he said anything very specific about who she is. Don't rely on her. If she tells you she's going to do something, watch, she's not going to do it. I remember that. I think I remember him like bursting my bubble a couple times. Well, Mom said she's gonna. Don't get your hopes up. And he was right. He was right. Every time she would get my hopes up, that's how I learned not to get my hopes up with anything, was through my mother. And that's what held me back through my life for so long, especially when it came to the messages that God was sending me. Because God's been sending me messages since I was a kid. I didn't know it was God though. Like my mother has like an extreme form of buyer's remorse. Like she gets into something and then she doesn't want it anymore when she gets her fill. Now, I'm not the same way. I used to be the way. Like I have a very short attention span, but that's because after I started to, I get that from her. Aw. No, Mom, we're neurodivergent. No, I'm neurodivergent. That's what it's called. Google it sometime. People who don't think like everybody else. They're not atypical thinking. Well, Derek, do you think there's anything wrong with the way that you think? No. Why? Because I'm neurodivergent. Is that bad? Is that bad that I know how to use words? Is that bad because I know the meaning of key words like that? No, I'm not schizophrenic. I'm neurodivergent. I don't have a mental disorder. I'm neurodivergent. And you're not supportive of any of it. You actually try to make me feel bad because it's not how you want it to be. You know? I can turn this shit around too. I could turn it around. I can be the victim. But here's a nice thing about that. Balance every thought with its opposition because the marriage of the two is the destruction of illusion. Yeah. Look, if I didn't listen to my father, where would I be? There wasn't, and I hate that. Well, if I didn't do this, then right now it wouldn't be happening. That's the way. If right now, if XYZ didn't happen in the past, then right now wouldn't be exactly what it is. If Adam and Eve didn't exist, we wouldn't know about them. Put it that way. If Jesus didn't exist, we wouldn't know about him. Well, neither would Spider-Man. This ain't Spider-Man. I'm not talking about Stan Lee. accept all of their shame and guilt. Other people can't feel shame and guilt. I'll feel it for them. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I want to get in so much trouble. The part I'm looking forward to least is having the talk after this. She's gonna expect an apology, but I don't apologize. Because she's not in the wrong. She doesn't apologize. But because you don't apologize, neither do I. People don't like having their reflection reflect back at them. Who said it's your job to reflect people's reflection? God. That's who. My fucking boss. The supreme fucking power over all things. This fucking guy. It's an act. You want to see an act? Why don't you wear a camera when you go to work? We'll see an act. We'll see the monkey show that you put on for people. Howdly doodly, sir. What can I serve you tonight? You don't fucking talk to me about what's an act and what's not an act. The guy who puts on a fucking clown suit for work. Oh. And the other one in the other room, another one with the clown suit. All three of you wear clown suits for your job. Don't fucking tell me what the fuck is and is not an act, and what is and isn't a reality. You pretend for a living. You wouldn't serve, touch, or help any one of those people if you weren't getting paid to do it. You're putting on an act. You're pretending. That's your problem. So be the solution. Quit. If you don't like it, quit. No one's making you do anything. I think it's time for you to leave. I think you're right. I agree. I definitely agree. Totally agree. Hashem, do you agree? Well, that's on him. What do you got to say? Like, I can't do anything. I don't know what to do. Go with the flow. Yeah, hour and a half. Start walking back. Gonna have to talk about this eventually, and then you want some? What are you talking about? Yeah, give me an example. Give me an example. You're lying right now. You're actually lying. You know that? I could hear you in my head, and you're trying to tell me what happened. You weren't even there. How are you telling me what happened? You don't have power over me. It's like, I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish right now. What are you trying to say? You know my experience better than me when you weren't even there. You don't know what you're talking about, but you're pretending to know what you're talking about. You're putting on an act. You're pretending to be something that you're not. You're pretending to be an authority on an issue that you have absolutely no authority speaking. I was just reading about this last night. I wrote this like a month ago. To be an authority on something. Yeah, I'm an authority on God. What makes me an authority on God? It's what I've been doing for the past 6 years. Where the fuck has everybody else been? Honestly, where the hell has everybody else been? Oh, this is what I wrote last night. People only see the direct results. People don't see all the work that go into a thing. Yeah. Yeah, because you didn't see everything I've done for the past 6 and 44 years. You didn't see everything that went into this. So because you didn't see it, it doesn't exist? Is that what you're saying? Because the way I see it is, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and you have absolutely no, what do you call it? You got no legs to stand on, bud. Sit the fuck down. Next. I already told you to sit the fuck down a couple years ago. Sit the fuck down. What about you? You say another goddamn thing about Jews. God's gonna bitch slap the shit out of you. So what do you want? Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. Because I wanted to see it happen on its own. That's how it works. Like I don't go out of my way. I exert myself with my work. I don't exert myself with other people because I know that what I am expecting of people, you're going to give it to me anyway. You're going to give it to me without me even asking. I'm not just talking about food and money. I'm just saying you're just going to give me everything that God wants you to, that God needs you to give me. That's why my job is just to focus on me, focus on what I'm doing, focus on my work. You know? Writing. Studying. Learning. Teaching. Doing. Observing. What do I do? Well, exactly. I do. I observe, I learn, and I teach. What do? You do what you're told. I don't. You do what somebody else tells you. I do what God tells me. So that's the difference. Is you work for money, I work for God. And I know that's a little bit challenging for you because you want everyone to be like you, but it doesn't work like that. Like, not everyone is equal. Oh my God, this is the worst. This is the best because I'm having a conversation with people in my head, right? If you're watching this and you can't like observe like who the fuck are you talking to? Like if they're fucking responding? Yes, they're responding. I'm in there's a whole scenario going on in my head. Well, right now I'm talking to my mother's husband, and my uncle, and my brother, and my mother. And now I'm talking to, I mean, they're still there, but there's somebody else here too. There's and it's a general person. It's not. It's like a ambiguous person. It's just some presence that represents the presence of everyone else. Well, I mean, no. It's all one. It's all one presence. But the purpose of that presence, that's God. It's God. That's God. I asked for it. I received it. But now no one's going to ever see this because we're like an hour and 36 minutes in. And the shame and the guilt that I'm going to have to sit through because of this part, because this is the hard part. But that presence, that's God. That's God, who I get to talk to. God is my therapist. God allows me to talk to him/her/it the way that I would talk to other people. This way I can say my piece without having to concern myself with what other people are going to say, how they're going to cut me off, how I'm going to offend people. Like this whole situation that I had with my mother earlier is based on the fact that I can't talk to people the way that I speak, the way that I see things. I have to dumb myself down for other people. Like, I'm not talking to you like an idiot. I'm not talking to you like a fucking idiot. But you are acknowledging yourself as a fucking idiot in relation to me, which is, again, that's my fault because I'm not educating you. Has anyone ever told you you're too good for your own good? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact. My uncle told me you're too fucking, you're a little too smart for your own good. That's not true, though. I'm too smart for your good, for your evil. I'm not good enough for your bad. I'm too smart for your bad. I'm too smart for your badness. Because people want to control other people. Like the way that my mother was talking to me. She wanted to control the situation. She doesn't like to not be in control. She can't not be in control. And we've had this conversation many times. But because I was controlling the situation, I was at least control of myself. I was in control of myself. She didn't like that. So she would make attempts to control the situation by telling me how things are and what reality is. But I can't allow that. It's just instinctive. Like, you can't, there's no, alright, well, you know what, I'm going to let you tell me what my reality is. I'm going to let you tell me what I'm doing, but you're wrong. That's the thing. I'm wrong, you're right. Because what you say is right, and what I say is wrong. Because you let me live here. Because you feed me when you can. I don't even know what that means. It's not like you're struggling for money. You guys are fucking eating lots of dinners. You guys are eating like fucking champions. I've never seen people go out to dinner as much as my family does. Let's not pretend that it's Where did that line even come from? You're going to live in this house, you're going to live under my rules. Who came up with that line? Where did that come from? Is that just something that people say? Here's the rules. Don't shit on the floor. If you shit on the floor, clean it up. Because watch, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to apologize. I don't have to do shit. You're just like a spoiled brat. God spoils me. No one else. God spoils me. And it's not even spoiling. It rewards me. Because again, like, people only see the final product. People don't see all the work that went into the painting. They don't see all the pain in the ass shit that you had to go through. People only see the finished product of the masterpiece. You know? Well, did he say you were a bad mom? No. Okay. So he wasn't attacking you? No. Who are you? Oh, you're telling me I was a bad son. You're not happy with me as a son. That's how I interpret it. You're not happy with me as a son. Or am I wrong? Okay. Don't put words in my mouth. Alright, don't put fucking words in my mouth either. Goes both ways. God punish you while I was gone? Did God punish somebody while I was gone? I just got this vision that God punished somebody while I was gone. And the only reason I say punish is because they don't see it as a word. Oh, because you try to put a curse on me. Because she's a witch. That's why. My mother's a witch. Did you try to put a curse on me? I know you did a couple times. You tried putting a curse on. You tried putting a spell on me by trying to convince me that my father's mother put a curse on me. My grandmother was a woman of Christ. My father, my family is descendants of Jesus. My mother's a godly woman when it's convenient for her. That's why God doesn't favor her. Well, I said it before, like everything special about my father and my mother went into me. That's why she's jealous of me. That's why my siblings are jealous of me. That's why everybody is jealous of me. It's not that they hate me, it's just that they're fucking jealous. It's alright, I mean, what are you gonna do? I have the looks, I got the brains, I got the money. That's the thing too, is like I don't define money as just fucking dollars and cents, the change that these people work for. There's spiritual currencies. I like my spiritual currencies. I got a fuck ton of spiritual currencies. If I knew the exchange rate on that stuff, I'd be everybody's best friend. But I make it about money as much as anybody else does. Like I get triggered by money. Because it's like, that's all you people ever think about. You don't think about anything else. But I think that it's actually probably a positive. Because if everybody thought about anything else other than money, they'd be thinking about the same stuff that I'm thinking about. Yeah, but that's not a bad thing either. Because then I would have like a little congregation. Right? I just have a Jewish congregation. Where my Jews at? This guy, because non-Jews don't think like me. Non-Jews don't think like me. They're not wired the same way. Not all people, and before we get on, because this is going to end up pissing me off, but God's showing me, revealing a breakthrough to me. Not all people of Israelite descent follow Orthodox Jewish law. Being a Jew is as much genetic as it is. Well, yeah, it is genetic, but even God favors, well, there you go. God favors certain DNA. Yeah. God's racist? I wouldn't say racist. But he does favor certain DNA strains, genetic strains, over others. That's proven in the Bible. I mean, is that a bad thing, though? No, I don't think so. Because some people are genetically predisposed for certain behaviors than others. Why do I have the golden ticket DNA that I can talk to you but nobody else can? Can you explain that to me? Like, some people, they'll watch this and think that there's something wrong with me, but why? Let's presume that. It's not talking to me. Let's presume that there is. Okay, there's something wrong with me. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Neurodivergent. Yeah, but is that something wrong though? I don't think that. I feel like that's not necessarily. Oh, that's something wrong with you. You gotta get that fixed. Well, look at Israelite society. Some people are genetically predisposed to being priests. Huh. High priests, kings. Yeah. Okay. Jesus was genetically predisposed to be what he was. This was Moses. So it's everybody. Everybody's made to do something. Oh, I forgot this was even recording. I was just like off on this whole other